Hi there and hello, my name is Connor. 今日の動画ではManga HouseのManga Houseについて話してます。So as I said there, I'm going to be talking about the self-titled debut album from the band Manga House. According to the Spotify bio, this band actually refers to themselves as an alternative folk rock band, which yeah, you know what? I think I see it. On top of that too, I would also say that they incorporate elements of maybe surfer rock and also Shibuya K as well. Now instrumentally, I would say that they are very folk. However, vocally, I would say that they're much closer to other indie rock bands such as the band Apart, or other popular folk artists such as Sonoko Inoue or Kaneko Ayano. What I will say though is that there are so many, and I mean so many, nicely drawn out folk guitar melodies on this album that are just alluring and wonderful, and I feel like most importantly, fun. How crazy is that, right? For example, the electric guitar outro on the song Lighter is just especially nice for this reason, I think. Another song called Ikiru features a very Pink Floyd-esque sort of guitar solo around the midway point, which I thought was an especially nice highlight in the track listing. I think it's pretty safe to say that I just love the instrumentation all across this album, and I think I like it way more than I like the vocals or the songwriting. Those are still fine, but they just don't really do much for me, and I think that's maybe on purpose. I feel like in general, the vocals just kind of take a backseat to all of the instrumentation, which honestly, I don't really mind at all. There are actually a lot of instruments in the mix too. For example, on the song Motel, they actually added a piano there, and it just sounds wonderful, especially in conjunction with the bass. There is just this fantastic, playful, and fun melody that I find creates an absolutely awesome groove in the song, and this one is just a real treat, I feel like. I think my favorite song though would be the one called Utsukushi Keishiki, which means beautiful scenery. And similarly, this song is just beautiful in every way. I love the layered vocals on this song and also the very sparse, playful guitar in the background too. And I just gotta say, I really love the ambience and the vibe of this song. It's so laid back, it's so carefree, and I am looking forward to blasting it in my car in the summer because it is just fantastic traveling music. And I feel like that's very purposeful, especially given the album cover too. It just kind of seems like you're on the road, and this is just perfect music for being on the road. And so to go back to them being an alternative rock band, I do feel like a good handful of songs are constantly verging on almost punk territory. For example, the song Bo Kansha just sounds like it is always teetering on the edge of becoming a Gingnong Boys song, and I really do feel like that's a consistent feeling I get across this entire album too, and I don't quite know what it is, but it's just speaking to me. I don't know. One thing I do want to note about this album is that it's very obvious that the band isn't really trying to reinvent the wheel here. I don't think they're trying to make any kind of landmark album for, I guess, folk as a genre, and also definitely not rock as a genre. And so because of this, I'm really leaning towards evaluating this album based more on vibe, more so than intent and content for that reason. And let me explain what I mean by that. So I feel like I review a lot of very artsy-fartsy concept albums, and I like to talk about how the lyrics play into that concept too. And so on an album like this, they aren't really trying to make any real high-level intellectual concept artistic statement. I think they're just trying to like have fun and play music for music's sake. And so for that reason, I don't think I can really review this album like I would review something from someone else that is like that like high level sort of like artistic achievement sort of thing. And of course, that's not to say that this album is not artistic in any way. I love this. I think there is a lot that is just really enjoyable and fun about it because, like I keep saying, I love the vibe of this album. I think I'm just really excited to actually have it on replay for like the next few months because I have been for like the last week now since it released. I think for me, what I like most about this album is that it has a very carefree and also laid back just sort of atmosphere to it, and for that reason, it's very easy to actually get into. Though I will say, it did kind of take me a while to actually get into that mood. I don't think I was really feeling this album until maybe the third or fourth song in, but after that, I was locked in. So I mentioned that just in case it's kind of the same for you too. I just feel like this album has such a specific vibe, you kind of have to prepare yourself to get into it. Because if you just go into it and you're not really ready to get into that headspace, you almost kind of reject it at first, but then you do ease into it. And frankly, I don't really know what other album I could compare this sort of feeling to. I guess maybe Yeezus. These are total opposite ends of the like music spectrum, I feel like. I do really like this album, though I will say it's not really life-changing for me in any particular way. I think the instrumentation is good, I think the lyrics are serviceable, and I think the vocals are just totally fine too. As a fan of folk rock, I gotta say I like this, and for that reason, I want to rate it a 7. And so I feel like if folk rock isn't really your cup of tea, I could maybe see you rating this a 5 or 6 because it is folk rock, but also it kind of diverges a little bit right into that alternative rock sort of category. So it might not be exactly what you're expecting, but also maybe you like the album more because of that. I don't know. I'm not you. But if you do, let me know in the comments. And yeah, that is my review for Manga House Self-Titled. I like this a lot. I think you should check it out. It is pretty short and sweet. And I love the album cover too. I don't think I mentioned that yet. This art is beautiful and I just love everything about it. So yeah, that's really it now. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one, and take it easy. Stay carefree and laid back like this album. Okay, bye.